it feels so cold inside my heart tonight. Be my man is what she said. It's not just the wind that's moving around tonight, but quick and clean don't make it right.
Righto, Ant and I are heading out of the bush, and we're glad that you came with us because I want to show you a few things before we start. We've pulled up where this apple tree is, and the reason we've pulled up here, whenever the people settled early, they would plant their garden out, and one of the main things they used were fruit trees. So this is an apple tree, and at some stage someone's lived on this bit of Crown land. You used to be able to get a miner's right block, and you could live on Crown land. So someone's lived here, they've had an apple tree. There's another tree behind us, a hawthorn tree, and they're not native to Australia. The English people brought them out to make hedges and out of them, and they're a bastard of a tree.
A great bonsai, though.
Yeah, are they? Yeah.
Yeah, English hawthorn.
These prickles on them are as poisonous as anything. If you're unlucky enough to scratch your hand or hit your hand. I hit my hand one time, and I was trying to knock a branch off it, run the spur into my hand. I was like a clock. I had a big hand and a little hand of bloody, it had blown up. These have a hawthorn berry on them in the right time of the year, and you can eat the berries, but you're bloody mad if you do because they taste like shit. You know, people that say, oh, you can forage, you can eat a hawthorn berries. Yeah. You can eat them, but there's not much in them.
Not a blueberry, eh?
No, they're not, no. Well, the foxes, you see in blackberry time, the foxes for 3 months, every time they have a shit, it'll be full of blackberry seeds. There's never any hawthorn seeds. And if you are eating a berry, you've got to take the seed out because the seed will go into your stomach, and the seed carries cyanide and it'll lodge in your gut and can make you real crook if it doesn't kill you. So don't get carried away by people that are saying, oh, you can forage the hawthorn berries. Leave the bloody things where they are. Whatever you do, don't eat the seed. No. And they'll say in the springtime, oh, you can pick the fresh leaves and put them in a salad. Yeah, there's about as much chance of me eating them as eating a real salad. So don't, when we're talking about foraging, I'll show you stuff out the bush one day that you can forage, but hawthorn trees are vastly overrated. But one thing about them is the birds will plant them. The birds are the only thing that eat them, and the birds will eat the berry, and then they'll go somewhere and they'll have a shit, and the seed will pass through, and it's often on where there's loose ground. So it's when they're around the bush, it's often on a bottle hole, it's often on a mining hole. So if you're poking through the bush and you see a hawthorn tree which isn't native, you can bet that somewhere around there has been someone living at some stage.
An Englishman or something.
Yeah, so they brought them out to make hedges. Poms brought them out to make hedges with them. Yep. They're good at that, but they're good for bugger all else. Anyhow, on this flat below us, Ant and I are going to get a relic. Ant's put the paperwork in for plans to propose new cabinet. So if that gets past the planning committee, we want to have something to put in it.
That's it.
New beanies. Look at that, eh?
Looking good, Glenn.
Got our beanies.
New merches are
alive. And the beanies are really, really good. I like the beanies. Yeah. I love this.
Yeah.
Josie, my partner, she's got a pink one, and
we'll have to get that out and show everybody as well.
Ladies, you don't have to have the black one. You don't have to look as though you're about to rob a bank. Any colour, practically, you can get. So girls, go and get one. Blokes, go and get one. Don't be afraid of your masculinity. Get whatever colour you like. We chose black, but you get whatever colour you like. 2 thumbs up, Ant. We've got a big day. Going to end with a bit of digging. So do the easy detecting first.
Sounds good, mate. Let's
get into Ant.
There you go, Glenn.
Good, Ant. First signal for the day. Well, actually, tell a lie. I just dug a little bit of bullet while I was waiting for you to come across. First signal I thought worth digging. When you hold off it, it doesn't blank out. When you get real close to it, it'll give it a little bit of a hiccup, but definitely non-ferrous. So, let's see what we got. Good easy soil, good nice black soil. When I was chasing the coins, I used to love this sort of soil. It makes it.
You see something?
Oh, I thought I saw a bit of flat something, but yeah, that.
No.
Bit of rust. I'm gonna.
Just breaking apart in my hands.
Yeah. So hoping that wasn't the edge of what I thought was non-ferrous and turns out to be a bit of flat tin. Got a big day planned for Sam,
Sounds good, mate.
and we're going to finish with a
It's in there.
bit of digging, unfortunately or fortunately.
Nothing wrong with a bit of digging.
No, there's not if you're digging gold, that's for sure.
Yep. Oh,
There it
there we
is.
go. What is it?
It's copper, but that's all it's got going for it. Nice piece of copper. It's like a piece of copper strapping or something. Yeah, mate. So it came off something that's in there. So if he comes out easily, I'll get him. But if he doesn't, I'll leave him there. It's not the coin I was hoping for.
No.
So that's another bit
A bit of it, yep.
of him. Yeah, there's
That
another
thing,
bit of
yeah.
him there, yeah. So some sort of copper strap. I'm wooding upward, mate.
That's it. Next time.
See, he's definitely copper, but it's not the one we're looking for.
Not the one we're looking for, no. Yeah, well,
Right,
next time, mate.
signal's here, fella.
Let's do it.
Thumbs down. Ant and I are on the move. We met him at Blake. He's a neighbour of mine and he's a friend of mine. This is Tom. Tom has been detecting for a long time, and so does his wife, Karine.
Yes,
Karina.
Karina, yeah.
I met them when they were just bloody. They used to detect practically holding hands. They were so much in love. Now they've got two lovely daughters. Tommy's really good on the detecting, and he's that good that he's come into the spot that we've come into. So it's a head-to-head for an hour or so.
See how we go.
See how we go.
Yeah.
So we're in a big, ugly gully that's been groomed, and it hasn't been groomed for sexual purposes. It's been groomed, groomed by a big machine that cuts the gauze out of it. So we're going to drop down below Tommy to what is clearly a better spot, I believe. So Tommy,
I beat you here, mate. I beat you first, mate.
Tommy, you know, in the gold rush days where it was the first bloke in put in his stakes, we were up a bit higher and we were detecting around where we thought we might get a relic. Saw Tommy go past and I said, Ant, we've got to pull
Get
up
in the
sticks,
car.
bloody Tom's
I
going
know
down.
where he's off to.
So, good luck, Tommy.
No worries, mate. Good luck to you
Yeah,
too.
you too, fella.
Ant.
You're a good
Cheers,
man.
fella.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you,
Cheers.
Ant. Let's
See how we go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going to get down a bit further. Before, when I was talking about the hawthorn trees, I've come across a holly tree and a holly bush, and it makes me think that I better explain what I was talking about. That's a holly tree. That's not a hawthorn tree. That's a holly tree, and everyone that is familiar with Christmas holly. But these berries, don't eat them at any price. They're poisonous. They'll poison you. Even the birds don't bloody eat those. So don't bother eating hawthorn bushes either. But you can eat the bushes, the fruit off a hawthorn bush,
They're not the
as long as you're a hawthorn tree, as long as you take out the seed. Don't touch hollies at any point. Now we're in our second spot. This is a long seasonal creek where they've worked the gully. And what they did was they tried to work it pick and shovel straight up the centre, but they struck a snag. There's no defined bottom. It's all silt and clay, so they couldn't work it the way they would like to work it, bring the water on and work it. So what they did was they had to keep shifting their sluice box along, lifting the dirt up, letting the water come through their sluice, and using the bottom of the sluice as to make that the artificial bottom of the creek. So they used what they called a long tom, which is a wooden box about 15 foot long. They fed all the gravel into the top. The water come down, there were riffles, and then on the end of the box there was a piece of steel plate like that with holes punched into it. The fine gold would go through, drop down in the holes. They had another catchment box underneath, and then the rest of the water and tailings would go through. So they had to move their long tom. This is one area that they've had it. You can see where they've been throwing out the stones out of the head of the box, but all along this gully, well, it's a little seasonal creek, but But all along this seasonal creek, you'll see piles of stones like this where they've had the sluice. They've worked 15, 20 feet at either side. When they got sick of that, they've moved their box up.
Yeah.
But this seasonal creek reminds me of Victorian ant. This is true. Every time I say it reminds me of Victorian ant goes, oh, yeah. My uncle, when he was getting near the end of his tether, he said that he'd like his ashes spread in the creek near his house. And then what would happen was he would travel through the creek, go into the river and go out to the sea, and it'd be his last big journey. So after he died, they did that. They went down the creek. It was a seasonal creek like this. They're having a bit of a dry spell. So they put his ashes into a hole in the bottom of the creek. But then it was when we had about a 3 or 4 year drought. So Uncle stayed in that hole. He stayed there, and I'd hear my mother talking to his family on the phone, and she'd be having these conversations. She'd say, has he left yet? No, he hasn't gone yet. He's still out the back. He's still down there. And then one day, joy of joys, they had
The rains
flood
came.
and rain. They had a week, fortnight of rain. Off he went, off Uncle went, down the creek, into the river, out to the sea. He's sailing around the world now. So, if you want your ashes scattered, if you're going to get put in a creek, get in one that's flowing, or you might be booked in there for a while. Righto, Ant.
All right.
A lot of digs around here.
Yep.
Let's see if they've left any gold.
Hopefully. Do it.
Do it, mate.
What have you found up there, Glenn?
Got a foxes down here, Ant, and because this gully has been groomed, no one could get in here, and it was this nice safe place for a fox to have its pups. It's dug it out of den here underneath the trees. You can actually see it where its little footprints, its claws have gone up there. And if you get your nose any closer, you can smell the foxes as well.
Yeah.
And often when you're going through the bush, you know, you'll smell of where there's been a fox. You go, oh, and then a fox has only crossed paths. And I used to know a bloke used to hunt foxes professionally. That was all he did, and take their pelts and they used to take the scalp. Now they had to take the full face. But when he was coming, he was scrupulously clean. But when he was coming, you think, I can smell foxes, and then foxes would turn up. So foxes in there, leave them alone. One time I was out in the bush, I could smell foxes. I could see the flies coming out of this little hole. It was a hole about that big, a shallow shaft. And the mother had got her pups, carried them by the neck, put them in the hole. So effectively they were in a playpen. So it was a hole 4 foot wide by 3 foot. And they were mucking around there, and they were just like little playful dogs. You know, there was 5 or 6 of them. They were jumping up like this, you know, wanting me to do something with them. And they weren't the slightest bit frightened of me. I didn't touch them in case when their mother come back, she'd know I'd been there. And I thought, I don't want her flogging into them saying you shouldn't have been playing with strangers. Yeah, so foxes down, Ant.
Nice.
Dug 3 or 4 signals, but we haven't dug any gold yet.
Nothing yet. Yep.
Thumb celebrations for the foxes, Dan.
Yeah. Onwards.
I'm an ant. Where we're standing now is one of the spots that they've spent a lot of time, and they've had the long sluice box in here, and you can tell by the amount of stone they've thrown out on both sides of this little gully. There's an awful lot of stone, heaps and heaps of it, and then on the other side. So we're going to detect it and hopefully find that one of these turns out to be a little bit of specimen, or one of these has a bit of conglomerate in it. But when they've set up here, the reason they've set up here, the gully narrows, so they've been able to put their box in, control their force of water from behind us here. A good strong fall so that when the water comes through, it comes through at a bit of speed. And you can imagine when they're putting wash like that in the head of the box, they need strong water flow to wash it and start to cart it along the bush, start to cart it along the box. All these have been thrown out with a sluice fork, which is just a wide fork about that wide, just fractionally narrower than the box, probably 12 tines on it. Thrown all these stones out, but they've put in a couple of months here, if not longer, just in this one area. So they were bringing all the wash to here. And the wash is really, really varied. There's bloody something for everyone in here. So they knew their job, but they couldn't see into a stone any more than we can. So maybe they flicked out a bit that they shouldn't. Righto, Ant, we'll try our luck here, mate.
Let's do it, mate.
Righto, it's quarter time. No one's found any gold. Tommy, show us what you've got, mate.
Not a great deal to show off, really, but obviously all the good stuff we find out in the bush. And then there's this little bad boy. It's
That's got a bit of
heavy.
interest to it, do it? Yeah, well, it looks as though it was formed. When you first showed me, I thought, you've found a snake buckle or something like that, as you said, it's lead. I won't bend it too much because I get bending stuff that ants found, and then you get two of them.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
Yeah. But one of the reasons I wanted to show that this bloke knows the game inside and out, and that's all he's found at the moment. So don't get disheartened if you're not finding anything. Ant, you'll go. Yeah, but you've probably there's probably 30 signals you didn't dig looking at that, because there's signals everywhere in there.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
The lid of the aluminium teapot. Yeah, so
That's my relic of the day.
could
so
turn
far.
it into a
Yeah,
That's
into
what
a
when
pipe.
I first saw it, I thought,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
it's a pipe. but-
it's a spout off the. And I'll show you what I found. I found one thing, or two things of interest, I thought.
Pips us at the post. Here we go. Go for it. Bit of gold.
No, I haven't found any gold, I can assure you of that.
Coin.
I found that big bad boy. How'd you like to be stopping that in the side of your head?
Ouch.
not ideal.
And then I found that, which,
Can you see anything on
no,
it?
not really, mate. Your eyes might see something on it. It's as thin as
worn, isn't
anything. Yeah, it's terribly worn.
Yeah.
It's one for,
Bashed around, isn't it?
yeah, it's one for the proposed cabinet perhaps, but no, I can't tell what it is or even what it was, whether it's a token or a penny. Obviously copper, I've given it a bit of a rub, it's not silver.
Yeah.
So it might clean up a little bit in the machine,
Yeah.
but I declare the inaugural 3-way relic challenge to win to me.
Yep.
You want to
There we go.
contest that, Tommy, or not?
Absolutely, you take the cake, mate. It's all yours.
Righto.
Well done, Glenn.
We're shifting camp, Tommy's
That's
going
it.
further down.
Yep.
See
And
if we can't get something of more interest.
good hunting, Tommy. In this area bush to this side of it, they're going to have a controlled burn, and the whole world's waiting on it to have the prescribed burn. And they may have missed their chance. If they don't burn it this week, I reckon they'll have missed their chance because there's rain coming again. But what they do is they go along the sides of the track and they rake away from all the trees that have got a hollow or whatever in it, so that if the tree catches on fire, it won't fall over and land on the other side of the track and burn where they don't want to burn. So you often see where they're raked around tracks. This tree behind me has been raked around, but it's nothing to do with controlled burn. And it actually ties in with the story I was telling you before. Come around here, Ant, and I'll show you.
Okay.
This is the final resting place of a bloke called George. George was an Englishman. He came to Australia, lived up on the main road there with his wife, and he was a great man for being in the bush doing bushwalking. So he did a lot, when he was retired, he did a lot of bushwalking. This is one of the trees he used to have a spell under when he was walking along these tracks. When he's died, his family scattered his ashes here. They brought him here, put him at the base of this tree. Every year they come out on his birthday and on the anniversary of his death. Say a silent prayer to George. So that's where Georgie lies. George was a good bloke. He was a neighbour of mine. So like my uncle, that's where George ashes lie. So yeah, so that's not raked around the tree. That's the final resting place of Pommy George. Right, Ant. Let's move.
Let's go, mate. Well, we moved spots again. We're just about to have a bit of smoko. Got my first decent find for today. Check it out, guys.
Ant just stepped around the back of the ute, and there it was laying on the ground. Some prospectors bloody been out here and
Having a good dig with this.
yeah, which is slightly ironic because it's not very far from where Ant made me drive back one other time and where he left his pick. So it might,
True.
it might be a bit of a black hole for picks. So Ant's gonna cook us up a snack. Where's
Yeah.
BLUETTI, Ant?
BLUETTI's in the car. We're going to get her out. We're going to have another nice hot lunch today. Happy days.
So that's a shout out to you, Unhinged Harry, because you wanted to know why we didn't have it out last
Oh,
time.
we
So
use it.
we're getting it out today.
Definitely.
Righto, so we're in between jobs. We're going to have a snack, going to go down this gully, and then we're going to go to a reef and have a bit of a dig around. Good work, Ant.
Let's do it. Lunchtime. She's ready. I don't know if you can see the steam, but toasties are ready. Let's get into it. Yum yum.
Ant. I'm on the cake. Ant and I are working up the gully. It's our third spot for the day, and we've just had a lunch, and I'm a bit tired. I've been dragging my feet. We're close enough together. Now this actually sounded better before I've taken all this dark dirt off. It sounded pretty even before I took this dark dirt off. it's not much better than one ant called out to me before and he said, you want me to come down and film it? I said, no, we'll see how it plays out, and it turned out it wasn't anything in particular. Something like that, it's up against this sort of sandstone buttress, you know, so when the water's come down here, there's a chance that it's got laid up in here. I'm glad when it gets through this dirt and into this proper clay, you know, all the same. It's not the worst,
Yeah,
it's not the best, but it's not the worst either.
Yep.
Now, if it's still there, it's gone up 10% because
That's right.
it's out of that shitty dirt. Not that they can't be in that, but you'd much rather see them in this. No, it's not there. Oh, he's tried to run away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's chasing.
Now let's be bloody
Push
careful.
him back up, maybe.
Alright. Just got to be careful. If there's anything that doesn't go in the long grass.
Well, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's gone down, hasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right to the bottom.
Where are you, mate?
Got him.
Well, that's a relief because even if he's not gold, if he gets into these bloody tussocks,
Yeah.
it's a pain in the bloody arse. Well, Ant. May the best man
10
win.
points.
Oh, I think the best man's won.
Is that gold?
Isn't that it there?
You beauty!
Ah.
Look at that! Oh gosh.
Well,
Oh, that's a lovely surprise.
it was a roller coaster ride, by hell it was. I wanted him to be
Up.
in there, you know,
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah. Well, as you said, you know, it still can be in there.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, look at that.
So he floated down, hit on that, and there he is, mate.
Wow. Nice.
What do you reckon?
Just look. Ooh. Got a bit of size to it, doesn't it? A bit of weight. It's not completely flat. I reckon we'll get about 0.7.
Yeah, I might even go further on this, just the pure area of him. I'm going to go to 0.9.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to give myself a gram.
Give it the grammar. Oh,
Yeah,
it'd be lovely,
bloody
wouldn't
hell,
it?
If it's not, I'll bloody give the game away and never go detecting again.
Very good.
yeah.
Well done, buddy.
No worries.
We're on the board. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. You got a canister, mate?
Yeah, I do.
Ants, we're in here to have a look at this battery stand, but put the camera on yourself, Ant.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Ant's got his knife.
Mushroom season's almost begun.
He calls them mushrooms. The ridgies he's looking for, the pollen's
it.
coming out. But I wanted to show you this. All this here, that's battery sand. So that's the sand. All the stone has gone through the crusher, been crushed up into tiny parts, goes over the tables. It catches the gold goes out of the sand and catches onto the mercury that's on the tables. And that's the waste, that's the battery sand. And the reason I brought you in here, there's no shortage of it. It's a whole paddock of sand. So all the way up through there, it's just sand. It's been pushed out a bit by the dozer when they've been planting the pines. But all the way up here is a whole paddock of sand. And the point of it is, there's a big mine in there. They had their crusher, they had the stampers, they had the battery. The sand went across the tables and then came out into the paddock here. So all the sand is just waste. And when you're working through working around the mines, if you come across battery sands, you think, well, it was a pretty big mine because they had their own crushers and their own tables. We're going down to a mine down here that's a sister mine of this mine here. So they found this reef, they found this gold, they set up all their infrastructure. And then when it was starting to peter out, they prospected further on and found the same reef but gold breaking on another reef. They mined all that, and when they did, they were only about 1.5 miles apart. And they said rather than set everything up down there,
They brought it
They
back.
kept this one operation, but they had to bring their ore up. So by horse and dray, they were bringing it up and putting it through the crusher at this mine, which meant the mine manager that worked at the other mine, he was a little bit more circumspect about what they crushed, because if it was only a tenth of an ounce to a tonne or something like, it's not an ounce either, a tenth of a gram to a tonne or something, there might be gold in the stone, but if it wasn't worth carting, it had to go out on the dump. I wanted to show you this sand. That's battery sand. And later on in the mine's career, they would come back and they would treat that. They would put that in cyanide and put zinc shavings in it, and the zinc would, the cyanide would melt the gold out of it, the parts per million, and then the zinc would attract the gold, and they would treat it that way. So lots of the sand dumps were treated in the 1930s with cyanide. And the trouble with that is, it was already contaminated with mercury, then it was contaminated with cyanide
as well.
and people would get the sand and put it under their playgrounds for their kids and things like that. So it's all right, it's inert as long as you don't do a face plant and get it in your mouth. So that's the story, Ant. Big mine here, big sand dumps. All the way through here is probably 3 acres of sand or more. Down there, no sand, but some gold left for us.
Well, fingers crossed.
Oh, we'll get some. Right.
I'm excited.
The Mad Pole. Tell us what you found, mate.
Well, no gold, but pretty much just as good as gold. These are my ridze, my beautiful forest mushrooms. These are the ones we love. Orange underneath.
Look at that.
First of the season, nice and fresh.
You should be selling subtropic fruits, mate. This is the bloke you need.
Well, my mum saw him in the one of those fruit shops. $70 a kilo.
Yeah.
I've seen them for $99 a kilo as well. So they're not cheap mushrooms, but they're bloody beautiful.
They're nice shape, those ones, aren't they?
Yeah, these ones are nice and young, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have mushrooms for dinner tonight.
Is that what we're having?
Yep, mushrooms.
When I say we, I mean you.
Me, yep. Me and Camilla, she'll love it. Do a beautiful pasta with them. Nice pasta sauce, onion, garlic. Fry these up in onion and garlic.
Beautiful.
Bit of butter, bacon. Oh yes, happy days.
And we've got the traditional ridgy knife.
Yeah, yes.
The red knife.
Look at this.
And it's bloody thrilled with himself.
Happy days.
Yeah, so far for our day, we've found some sort of coin, a piece of gold, a matic. That's a perfect specimen.
I know,
isn't it?
isn't it? That's gorgeous.
That's bloody lovely. I don't like them, and I would never eat them even for a bet, but I can appreciate the beauty of them.
This one looks a bit older. Oh no, he's alright. He'll wash up alright.
Righto, folks.
Happy days. 2 thumbs up.
Good work, Ant.
Cheers,
What's going on, Ant?
Well, I've been finding things all day, Glenn. Still haven't found a bit of gold, but my latest addition, some Sony headphones.
Where'd you find them?
We literally just moved to our next spot, and Glenn reversed the car. I get out, and he'd almost run over him. So they look kind of alright. I wonder if they
I
work.
reckon they'll work. I reckon
Yeah.
someone sat them down.
And just forgot about them.
And just forgot about them, yeah.
Yeah, because it all looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So I have to test them out when we get home.
That's bloody amazing, isn't it? So Ant's having a big day. He hasn't found any gold, but so far he's got matic, ritzy,
And some
now the
headphones.
Top it off with a bit of gold, mate, and you'll
That's
have a big
it.
day. Good work, fella.
Cheers, mate. We're hungry today. We've just had another toasty. Glenn's got his. Look,
There's my deluxe one.
delicious. Bacon, egg, cheese.
And this is where we're working, or this is where we're going to work. You know how I told you they didn't have the crusher here? They had the crusher, they had a steam operated crusher, but they didn't have it set to crush it down to parts to run over the table, to crush it down to sand. So they were digging and crushing, and the mine manager will be looking at gravel like this. All this sort of gravel here, that size quartz, they were breaking it down and visually inspecting it to that size. It's a patch of small stone. We've raked it off. We're having our snack, and this is our final push for the day. So I've been sitting off this. Hopefully we'll get something out of here. But Ant and I'll have a snack.
That's it.
We had a bloody good day.
Yep.
Ant can't stop finding stuff except gold. He can find everything except gold. So we'll try and turn that around. Good health, Ant.
Cheers, mate.
Right now, I was telling you about this sort of stone that they crushed and then didn't take to be crushed further and run. Ant's turned up the first signal here. It's pretty well right on the surface, which that's a good signal. And we cut some bushes off, so even though it's an easy signal, the little shrubs and that would have held it off. Ant's got the bloodhound nose going.
Yeah, I would like to have, it would have been good if it was a bit deeper.
Yeah, I agree, but the fact that we cut those little prickly bloody bushes off, there's every chance that it hadn't been detected before.
Yeah. Yeah, if we hadn't raked, I wouldn't be too keen, but... where are you?
So, yeah, the other thing that frightens me a little bit is it's not a shy signal, it's bloody,
it isn't, is it?
it's got a bit of grunt to it.
If I can find it.
I just got a message from my old mate Tom Shaw. He's been out today and he sent me a picture of something he wanted me to identify, which I'll have a look at in a minute. I met up with a bloke called, I have to properly remember his name before I say his name. Young bloke.
Oh!
What, did you see something, mate?
Check it out, Glenn.
Oh, good boy. where is it? Oh, is that it there? Right there. Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, it's been
Look at
crushed
it
too.
go.
Look how flat he is. I had him, man. Yeah, there he is. Oh, good
I
work.
can't believe it.
Good work,
Look
Ant.
at that.
Good work.
Wowee.
There he is.
Very nice.
See, he's been crushed.
Flat as anything, yeah. He's been...
Came through that out with the stone, and he's been discarded because, as I said, they couldn't run all their stone through the crusher.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
There it is. We're
Happy
bloody.
days.
I thought this was our ace in the hole, this little area here, but it's nice to see a bit all the same.
Yeah, bloody oath.
There he is.
Two thumbs up.
He's brought up the trifecta now. He's got a Matic, earphones, and now gold. You'll find a detector by the end of the day. Righto, we've got our second signal in that heap of stone that we're digging out. There's the broken quartz, plenty of it, and that's the size we like to deal with, that and smaller. And listen here.
Sounds good, Glenn.
Does sound good, mate.
Now I'm excited.
Yeah, especially after seeing that bit you just fucked.
Exactly.
What are we, 4 foot away from
Mate, I see it.
You see it already?
I see it already.
Oh, bullshit.
It's
Where?
gold.
Whereabouts?
Right there, buddy.
Ah, good boy.
Very nice, mate.
Look
Very
at that.
nice.
Look at that.
Oh, gosh. Just
Yeah.
up there waiting for us.
Little rough. Jeez, he's rough.
He is, isn't he? Rough flat bit.
Yeah. So, see there, bloody crushed him and he's out, he's jumped. Look at that little bit.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a bloody good result. Jeez, it's shallow.
Yeah.
But we've chopped these. Oh, I can't see one now, but there's a prickly bloody bush and we've been chopping those out.
And making it much easier to detect, isn't it?
Right now, mate.
Look at that. Awesome.
Nice little spikes on him, look.
Yeah.
He's definitely, hasn't gone anywhere.
No.
Well, that was bloody quick.
Well
you
done,
can't
mate.
you can't find it if it's not there. Like we've been
That's it.
all around the houses today and tried a dozen spots, or tried 4 spots anyhow.
Yep.
Oh shit! I thought I saw another bit. That's
Well,
not
check
gold.
it. Check it. It could.
No, it's
No.
just. Thought it was everything's
That
gold
would be
now. Right,
Your Jim Ali.
yeah, but that and Ridgie's. What a day you having!
I know. Happy
Oh, that was
days.
the other thing I was thinking of when I was trying to think of the 3 things you found. It was the Ridgie, the Matic, and the earphones.
Headphones. Yep. And now gold.
Now gold.
Happy days.
Bloody oath.
On a roll now.
Right, mate.
Let's go.
Next signal wins.
Yeah. What do you got, Glenn?
Well, apart from the fact that we just dug a signal I was supposed to record and didn't push record on, I got distracted and I've got this little beetle and he's nothing special. But when I was a kid at school, in about Form 3 or 4, we used to have socials, we used to have dances. And
God, you didn't put it down at top, did you?
no. And some of the smarter kids, one of the smarter boys, he invented a dance called the beetleback. So you'd be dancing away as you do, and then he'd yell out beetleback, and we all get on our backs like that. Come on, Mr. Beetle, you got to do the beetleback. Like that. We'd all get on our backs like, nah.
Doesn't want to.
He does want to do the beetleback. And do the beetleback. So you'd be in the school dance.
There we go.
And then briefly do the beetleback. So if you've never heard of the beetleback, if you came to one of the school socials, I'm not going to embarrass myself, but dancing
I thought
away.
we were going to get a little bit.
Everybody's dancing away, and next when somebody else that beetleback on the back. So if you just come in the door, you think, shit, they're all having an epileptic fit. So that's what the beetleback is. But that beetle wouldn't do the beetleback properly.
Okay.
Little bastard. Right, man. Oh. So I didn't get any of that.
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind.
Oh well.
Could have been worse.
Yep. Could have been gold.
Yeah. Right, Ant. Got one here similar to that one that Ant and I, Ant got we got the 2 bits of gold, and Ant got the 3rd signal since we've been here, and we weren't that 100% married to it, but we thought it might be.
Yeah.
So Ant dug it. We talked through it. Ant showed me it was a bit of rubbish.
It's a pretty good film, great clip.
Yeah, good commentary.
Yeah, the commentary was
we
amazing.
laughed, we cried, and then Ant said, yeah, but you didn't push record.
So we missed that part.
So we missed that part. So
that's all right. I think this will be...
So this is the 4th one for that. While we've been here.
I'm keen. Still in there.
Yeah. It was the barest signal too, only that we'd got those other ones. I was inching along. It wasn't a very good signal.
Now it's turned into...
Yeah, well, now it's a definite signal.
Yep. She's not blanking out.
Not a moment anyhow, mate. No. Oh, this will be interesting.
I'm moving back.
That's right.
I like my head on my neck.
We've got a classic pick in there made by Stumpy Picks. Stumpy Picks donated a prize for our draw.
For our 5,000
For our 5,000 subscriber draw, which we'll announce later. Anyhow, Stumpy's name is Dan, isn't it?
Yes, Dan from Stumpy Picks.
Dan from Stumpy Picks donated it and brought it up to show me.
Ripper, isn't it?
Oh, well, we keep reaching for it.
Someone's going to be very happy. It's a great pick. Half tempted to exclude it from the prize.
That's right. Yeah.
In the hand? No?
No, must have...
He's running away from you. There we go.
Bastard, he's just
a bit of a blank.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is.
Well, he's not gold.
Oh, well.
He's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to try and make him to be a little, for holding the line down. I think he's a bit light. I think he's just some sort of nail. Anyway, Ant, wasn't gold.
Oh, well. On to the next one.
Righto, numbers at the top of moving, mate.
That's
We're
what we
on our
like to
way.
hear.
Righto, Ant's got a signal here. He's in this mini jungle, and we're not that far from where we got our first 2 bits. In fact, we're on the same slope, are we? Same little area.
Just a bit further up, a bit higher.
So Ant will dig it out and see how we go. Marvellous how you can turn it around.
Yeah.
We got a text from Sue Fanos. Sue Fanos found the first bit of gold
Congratulations,
Yeah, good on you,
Sue.
Sue.
We were waiting for that.
Yeah, we were.
Notification, we were rooting
we
for
were.
you. Good job,
yeah,
Sue.
Well done. Thumbs up, Sue. Good job to you and John. That's, you're lucky people to be a couple and go out together. It's a bloody great thing. You're lucky to have someone to go out with. So, well done. And to everyone who wished me a happy birthday, thanks very much. And to the people who said get well soon, and put a thing on to say that we didn't go out because I was ill. And then people thought I was on life support. I had COVID. I was bloody crook too. You blokes that say that you just breezed through it, you're tougher than me, because I was crook for 2 weeks. But I still had to work, but I wasn't enjoying it. But I'm right as pie now.
Lucky.
Yeah, so the band's back together. While Ant's digging that hole, I'll show you this. This big bit of quartz here that I'm rolling up. See that stone there, that sort of slaty stone? That's indicator, and that's what, when they're underground, that's what they're hoping to find, run into the quartz, because that's what helps to make the gold. Where those two meet, that helps to cause the chemical imbalance, for want of a better word, that causes that. So that's like a slate, but it's a black slate that runs in a line called indicator, and that helps to make the gold. So when they see that, they follow that along and keep taking out the stone where that is, and they're very careful when they crush it. So that great big bit is barren. I've ran the detector over it, but that's the sort of stone that when they're underground they're looking for, or even on the surface when they see it making like that. Yeah, my old mate's got this big bloody shaft going here.
Yeah, no such luck, Glenn.
No.
Probably some remnants from when they were
Yeah,
planting the pines or something.
Yeah, oh, well, there's plenty of stuff that, like when you're working around the mine, that would have been discarded. I'm going to shut you down, mate.
Yep.
And if it's gold, I'll let the people know.
Yep.
Righto. Dumb sideways at this stage.
Oh, keep going.
Righto, Ant. It's been an action-filled day. We come to the end of the day. It's a little bit after 4 and we're knocking off. I'll talk you through our finds and how we found them first. Start of the day, we stopped where the apple tree was, and I dug these 2 little bits of copper, and we thought we'd get a relic there, but my mate Tommy was going down into the bush, and we knew he was going down where we wanted to go, so we abandoned the chase of the relics and went down into the gully. Things were pretty, where they used the coarse groomer, were pretty slow. I got that big 303 or whatever that caliber bullet that is.
It's tough going, that's for sure.
And that, I don't know, it's a token or a penny. It's copper. Ant will have a go at cleaning it up and putting his magnifying eyes on it and trying to find a date or something.
I'm going to go penny.
But very, very, very thin. So the rest of the day, I've got various signals, you know, little pigeon ring, not as sophisticated as a pigeon ring that they have at Beaufort, but a pigeon ring. Then the
First bit.
The first bit of gold we got, but that was in the third place we went to.
Yeah.
We went to get the relics at the apple tree and where the hawthorn tree were. Then we went down in the gully where the gorse groomer was, and then we went to another gully that we got the 6 bits in the one day, and I plucked that. So we're on good terms with ourselves, and after several long lunches with the BLUETTI and cooking up, we came to our final spot where there was a reef mine that, even though they crushed stone, they didn't crush it to the extent that they could run it through over the battery tables. They had no battery tables. We worked in an area where there was a lot of fine gravel. Ant got his bit first, that bit, which you're going to see, it's actually been crushed. You can see it's flat.
Flat as anything.
And then I got a little coarse bit. I said to Ant, keep going. He said, no, we'll split it. So we'd both been raking and digging. So I got that bit, and we got them in quick time. We were on good terms with ourselves.
Yeah, we got pretty excited, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did. We thought we were on a patch
Here we
as
go.
far as, but we couldn't get another bit.
No.
So then we got the wanders and went around down around the hut, and I've got a few things. I've got that and that lead top, which I think is only the lead top off a roof and nail, a little bit of harness rivet, various things. And got various things. He got keen when he thought he had some sort of exotic bloody Pirates of the Caribbean pipe or something, something like that. But it actually goes that way, sticks onto the kettle or onto the jug or onto the teapot, and it's for pouring your tea. So
Yeah.
So that-
Flora.
and he's got his bit of gold.
Yep.
So that was pretty well our day. So we'll weigh our gold up, Ant, and
Yep.
then we'll talk about our big news.
Yep. Sounds good, mate. All right, here we go.
So the first bit for the day in the third spot we went to was that bit.
Ooh, Glenn.
What is it, mate? I'm looking it upside down.
1.37.
Oh, so it's not 31 grams, Sam.
That'd be nice.
I bloody said it had to
yeah,
go a gram.
yeah.
I'd have been disappointed if it
I
didn't
was
go
a
a
bit
gram.
short,
Yeah.
1.7. But
1.37 you said.
1.37.
Oh, that's
yep.
a good result.
Yep, very good.
So then we came up to where they've done the crushing. Ant got his first bit.
Go to 0, please.
Okay.
No. There we go. 0.61.
Well, that's a bloody good
0.61.
result. You know,
Yeah.
just those little ones.
Over half a gram.
Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
He could have got this one, but as soon as he got that one, he knocked off and let me get my detector in there. Where
Yeah.
we were both working together, I will admit.
Yep.
And I got that little one.
0.45.
So those two that we got out of that one heap will round up to a gram.
Yep.
So put them all on together, mate.
That'll be over 2 grams. 2.37.
So that's not a bad result for the day.
Great day out.
Rightio.
Good
So
job.
that's our goal, 2.37. Some sort of
Actually, I'll leave this on.
token or penny or whatever, some sort of coin that may or may not clean up. A lot of signals, a lot that we didn't dig, and people say dig everything. Well, that's not our style. We use the discriminant. When we can tell it's a big rubbish signal, we don't dig it. Rightio, Ant.
On to the exciting stuff.
Rightio. Now listen closely. I'm only going to say this once. We're having a competition to celebrate the fact that we're getting close to 5,000 subscribers, and we're how many short, Ant?
About 350 short at the moment.
About 350 short, so get people involved, say
That's it.
go in this competition. Now the way you can go in the competition, you must comment, you must be subscribed, and you must comment on this video.
Yep.
So put a comment in, it doesn't have to be complimentary, you can say something you don't like, say something you like, whatever you want, but you must comment.
On this video. Yeah.
On this video, it's this
And be a
video.
subscriber.
And be a subscriber, that's very important. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to comment, but you're not going to go in the competition. Rightio. This is the main prize, this gold nugget. So fire your scales up, mate.
Yep. So there will be 3 winners, and this will be the first prize.
This will be the first
drawn.
drawn.
First
Yes,
drawn.
first drawn. They're all good prizes, so we
That's
don't.
right. We're not having a first, second, third. We're just going first drawn.
Yeah.
1.78 is it? 76.
Yep.
1.76 grams of gold.
That's a nugget we found about 2 or 3 trips ago, and I found it in the first 5 minutes, and it's a nice little nugget. It's a nice little round fat nugget with a bit of
Really
character.
nice,
It hasn't
yeah.
been cleaned. Whether Anne will give it a clean up, I don't know. But so that's for the first drawn.
Yeah, first drawn will be the gold nugget.
Now the second drawn, and they're all good prizes. So we don't want to put anything first or anything third. But this is just the way they're going to be drawn.
This is how they came in as well.
Yeah, this is how they came in. That's right.
Yes.
So
We got this lovely box.
from Sharon and Steve.
Yep.
Now, Sharon's put a note in here, and we'll leave it in here. They've got stop hinges on it, which simply means they only open to 90 degrees.
Yes.
Is that just...
It's magnetic, yeah.
All right.
There you go.
So don't push it back on its hinges.
That's it.
Opens to 90 degrees.
Look at this gorgeous box. Look at that.
There's Sharon's card.
Yep, Sharon's gold boxes. She's on Facebook.
That's how you're going to end up with it. If you get this, that's how you're going to have a big one in there. All these filled. Sharon's on Facebook.
Yep.
She's even left a note here to say this particular wood is Blackwood. And I'll tell you a story about Blackwood. Blackwood's a place as well, as a lot of you people that detect know. My wife Tracy, she said, I wouldn't mind going to Blackwood. And I said, yeah, I'll take you to Blackwood, no worries. So Anyhow, we were going to have a day trip to Blackwood. We didn't get around to it. Trace got breast cancer and died. So I can't go to Blackwood. I'm not allowed to go to Blackwood now because I was always going to take Tracy.
Yep.
So I've never been to Blackwood. Blackwood's just out the back of Trentham.
Yep.
But Blackwood's not on my list of spots to go, so I can't go to Blackwood. The box made of Blackwood. Thanks very much to Sharon and Steve.
Yeah, it's really
Fantastic.
Really nice.
Graham talks them up. Graham's got them and filled up, and that'll be yours. And don't be, if you haven't got much gold yet, don't worry. That'll just encourage you to find gold.
That's it.
So that's the second drawn.
Yep, second drawn Sharon's gold box.
Blackwood box, nice glass so
Glass
you
on
can look
top,
through. 90 degrees stop hinges, so don't bugger it up. Second drawn. Now the third drawn.
behind you.
Righto.
And mate,
Dan from Stumpy Picks.
Exactly. Look at that.
There's his logo. There's his pick, and this is sensational. It's not heavy, but it's heavy. It's good quality, heavy made, you know. And it's got a magnet in the bottom. And if you're concerned about the use of the, see that? There's no doubt about the strength of the magnet. So, what the idea is, I won't bugger the pick. You're digging a signal, and then you think it might be a bit of steel, and you run it around like that, and up she comes.
Yep.
So that's a terrific magnet. Gee,
Yeah.
That's a great magnet. So
No, what we're doing when we upgrade, Ben?
yeah. So
That's cool.
Stumpy Picks,
Stumpy Picks, yes.
Dan.
Thank you very much.
Dan from
Appreciate
Stumpy
it.
Picks. Big thumbs up, mate. I can
Yeah.
see you know your job. You know the way it's made, and it's a thing of beauty. It really is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So that's the third drawn.
Yep.
So now we've got one problem, and you'll understand when I say, if you're overseas and you go in the draw, all power to you. We want you to go in the draw,
Definitely.
but you're only playing for the first drawn.
Yep.
If you're not drawn out first, because send that overseas
We'll send that overseas.
and won't lose any sleep, no effort.
Yep.
If I suggest to Ant he sends this overseas, you go to pieces straight away. And same with the gold, Sharon's gold box. So these are for if you're in Australia, Ant will post them to you. This is for everyone. So if you're in Canada, or in Sudan, you're in India, you're only paying for the gold. Once the gold has been done, you're out of the competition. Even if your name comes up, you're out of the competition, and it'll just drop down to the next one.
Yep.
Fantastic competition.
Gotta be in it to win it.
Be subscribed and comment. That's
Comment
all
in
you have
this-
to do.
in this video. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, Ant,
Yeah,
because I
same.
love reading the comments.
Yeah.
I really do. Have a look at our merch. The bloody Josie's hat is beautiful. Where's Josie's hat?
Where do you think we go?
That's Josie's. Like any lady would be happy to wear that. That's beautiful. Josie's going to wear that
that's awesome.
to work and pump us up. So Josie loves the beanie in the winter time, and that's really pretty. And you can get them in all the colours, every shade of the rainbow. So
That's it.
get yourself a beanie. I was out on that gully during the week, and I met a bloke called Keith Chatfield, and Keith Chatfield and I had a talk about all things gold and wood and everything else, and general man talk. And Keith said he liked our videos, watched our videos, and it's the way to win me over. And I said, no worries, watch the next one, because I'll give you a shout out. Good on you, Keith. Glad you're watching. Tell your mates to watching. If you're not subscribed, now it wouldn't be a great time to get subscribed
it.
and go in our competition.
And it is free to subscribe, everybody.
Yeah,
don't
that's
worry
right.
about- it's all free. You just hit the button and you're subscribed. So it's free to enter, free to subscribe.
Two others I want to mention. Subtropic Fruits. A bloke comments all the time. We don't know much about him, do we, Ant? Except that's the
No.
handle he uses.
Yep.
I imagine he's got
Could be
some...
a female.
Oh, she could be. I don't think so,
Not
though.
sure. Subtropic Fruits.
Yeah, I imagine it's some bloke that's bloody working in a greengrocer's shop, owns a greengrocer's shop. He's got the apron pulled up like this, and he's bloody juggling mangoes and selling stuff. And Wops Glass. I don't know what Wops Glass is, but that's his handle as well. So he comments a lot as well. Plenty of others do. And if you think, oh, you bastard, I'm commenting all the time, you never mention me, send it in your comments. Say, I'd like a shout out. We'll mention it, no worries at all, because we overlook people, and we've got some very, very loyal followers.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a shout out, just ask and we will.
I wanted to give a shout out to Bono.
Oh, Bono, yes,
Bono,
yes,
he's
yeah,
a
he watched
new
all our
subscriber,
videos. Yeah.
and he has literally gone through every single one of our videos and he's commented on all of our videos. So shout out to Bono.
That would be Bono out of you too, I'd imagine too.
Yeah,
I'm hip with all the young folks, aren't I?
he said he's a amateur detectorist as well, and he enjoys our videos. So thanks a lot, Bono. Appreciate your support, and hope you are enjoying it. And you know, have some luck out there as well. I think we already mentioned Sue Fanos, but I'll give her another shout out because she's done a great job. She's found her first bit of gold. So happy days.
Yep.
And also I wanted to give a shout out to Chestnut Bing. She's an old friend of ours, and Ben's looking a bit
I'm not
confused.
familiar with that one, no.
Chestnut Bing?
No.
Karen?
Oh, right, yeah.
She's a long time viewer and subscriber, first time commenter, and when I saw a comment from Chestnut Bing, I had a chuckle to myself. So thank you very much, Karen. Appreciate your support.
Karen, you must reckon it's a bastard now, because every time there's, you know, they say don't be a Karen, and it's ruined the name for all the lovely Karens. Yeah, you know, you're working and you're doing your service, and you say, oh, I'll get stuff, mate. And they go, oh yeah, don't be a Karen. You know, so had an early girlfriend called Karen, so it's a great name. Righto, Ant.
So you mention
competition.
Get
involved. Get on board. Merchandise. We don't make any great money out of the merchandise. The merchandise is simply, it's always been my dream to be bloody driving through Ballarat or driving down the road.
Anyway.
And there's some bloke with one of our boonies on. I'll tell you what, I'll stop the car and get out and make myself known to you. Don't worry about that. You know, so boonie, t-shirt, stickers, whatever. If you see someone sort of going past you, sort of driving underneath and you've got a sticker on the back, it'll be me because I'm short-sighted and I'm trying to see who's in the car. Righto, Ant.
All right, mate.
Good day.
Good day.
Couple of grams of gold.
Happy days.
A lot of signals.
Yep.
Matic, headphones, Ritchie.
Love
Thank you very much for people that are backing us. And when we get to 5,000 subscribers, we'll just keep doing it again until one of us passes out.
That's it.
Thumbs up, mate.
Thanks a lot, Glenn.
Good on you.
Cheers, mate. See you next time.
Take this shit up.